If I decide that I've been in that boat.
Okay, get out the boat. Get back on this boat.
No, I had a job.
And you quit it.
And no, I didn't. I resigned.
That's quitting.
It's not quitting. Quitting is I can't do the job. Resigning is I give my job back to you. I don't want it no more. No, that's the difference. I have no problem with somebody quitting the job.
So, because it was killing you.
It's
So
killing
why
me.
did you apply to the same job again?
Let's begin now.
Got my first job at Comcast. You was charging me $300 a month. Okay, what were you doing with that $300?
You got some daggone trust issues.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Y'all
I'm going
was
to tell you something. You can't.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married.
Well, I'm Mike. This is my beautiful mom, Linda.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back to another episode of the Mike and His Mom Show. I am your host, Mike Banks. This is my beautiful mom in the middle, and my sister, Shannon Sinead to the left.
And who else?
Who else is in the room?
The doctor.
The mask.
Although I am on top of the world, I am under the weather. So I have this mask on to protect those around me. I am being responsible.
The mask is not on, though.
It's not.
But when I talk, it will come down. When I shut up, it will go up.
But it's supposed to be up all the time. I thought, so how was your week, Shannon?
My week was really good.
Let's see for a minute. I thought you was taking a doctor's course when I came.
A doctor's course.
You got a little mask on. I thought you was. Okay, all right, seriously. It was just a little, trying to lighten up the mood. How was your week, Shannon?
My week was well.
Sorry.
I can't remember. I had it all down packed, y'all. I'm going to remember my week. It's so busy. But I did have a good week.
How was your week?
My week, as you can tell, it's been a little rough. I don't know where this came
This
from.
was last week.
No,
This is.
week. Oh, well, yeah. I don't know. See, I don't know if I'm coming or going right now. I don't know where this came from, but the seasons are definitely changing. That's all I got.
That's it.
That's all I got.
Well, my week was good.
That's all I
Seasons are changing, and put your mask up
Oh, yeah.
because we're not trying to, take anything home with us. It would be nice if we had a can of Lysol right here. We can promote that while we spraying you and just keep it moving. But what's the topic today? I had a good week. I just want you to know that I had a good week, y'all. I got a new do again. My hair was out the first time, and this time it's back into the braids, and it's not exactly how I wanted it, but my daughter said it looks good, so
good.
I believe her. And
What
is our topic for today? Can you speak through that? Let me see if we can hear you.
How would you hear me?
I just heard you.
I'm talking about on the...
Okay, well, look, then pull it up from the bottom.
Well, then you can't see me. All right, I got this. See, this. See, all right.
I didn't know what happened.
All right, I'm gonna get healed for the next 15 minutes.
A heel?
Healed.
What's that?
You gonna be healed in the next 15 minutes?
Oh, you're going to take off your mask?
No, for the next 15 minutes, y'all gonna make me turn up in here. Let's just all simmer down and relax.
Whatever. Okay, the little thing is not by you. Okay, go ahead. So what's our topic for today? Because see, the reason why he's here, because he said, being the CEO, which he's not, but whether you're sick or not, you have to show up. So he was trying not to show up today. I'm telling on him. But we was like, no, we
But the
putting out.
man gotta show up no matter what.
No matter what.
Because everything is rests on his shoulders.
On his shoulders.
As the family, on the family, I'm sorry.
You can't
As it relates to the family structure. So I am here.
Good.
Superman,
Okay, then act like
Superman cape and all.
Okay, all right, okay.
We're going to talk about recovery. Not my own recovery from my little common cold. But Shannon brought up something about recovering from your reputations and made me think about recovery and broken dynamics within the family unit. And I know this family, I don't know about Shannon, because you say you don't go through nothing, or you haven't been through nothing in here. You don't remember anything I've been through. So I don't know
between us?
the family unit, yes, this family. So I don't know if you had to actually recover from anything, but I'll take it away.
You had to recover from something?
Yes.
Okay, come on, talk about it. Did you 12-step program?
One You know what? Be the big person. I'm gonna keep flowing. One example I have
What?
is I wanted to bring it up last week when we were talking about the.
Will you bring it up when you forget it?
I'm not gonna forget it.
Okay.
I wanted to bring it up last week when we were talking about breast cancer awareness, and you going through that because right before that there was some strife in one of my relationships with my girlfriend at the time. And that, why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
Because you.
And that strife caused a lot of disconnect and friction between mother and I.
Really?
Is it really what?
It did, yeah.
I don't remember.
Don't me.
Now, on previous episodes, I've said, I admitted at the time it sounded crazy that I thought she was jealous because I had.
He thought I was jealous of his girlfriend.
Because I had somebody.
And I was.
Oh, you would say, I remember that. I remember that
But
bizarre convo.
in the beginning of the relationship, it was fine, but in the middle it got shaky to where as though we had family meetings with her family and us.
Oh, I remember that.
It just became rocky. You know, why you? I hate me.
Okay, I'm sure.
But you look at me like I'm.
Just go ahead.
Like I'm making up as I go along.
Well, you might be making up something as you go
I'm
along.
not.
Okay, go ahead. I remember.
And then after the cancer situation happened, it kind of just
elevated to a greater.
No, it kind of just went away. Like y'all shouted together in church, and then everything was just made whole.
Okay, so wait a minute. So the timeline is you have a girlfriend, something happens, strife, cancer, then joy.
And then recovery, yeah.
Okay, recovery.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Who had cancer? Oh,
After
after
breast
you
cancer.
had
After
cancer.
about-
Okay.
Right.
I don't remember that happening at.
You know, you weren't around. You weren't around.
I was around.
You were in Colombia somewhere.
I was around.
So do you remember those times I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you think we recovered from that?
You and her, mother
Yes,
and you.
yes,
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Because you was jealous, man. Remember? You was jealous and single and lonely.
No, she wasn't single.
I know. That's why I'm confused. Get on her. You're like, I'm confused.
I got that part wrong. I thought she was single, but she wasn't.
Okay.
But even if I wasn't single, what would y'all single for?
Because, well, I'll answer your question and I'll move on.
I think that let's shelve that conversation. I love that. Let's shelve that for another conversation. That's a whole different point of view.
What?
Yeah, the jealousy between mother and son, like that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that next week or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you think we recovered?
How I think we recovered?
From strife.
Oh, me and you?
Yeah.
Yes.
How you think?
Not you and the girl.
How you think we recovered?
I didn't know y'all were broken.
Oh, he's always mad about something.
We used to argue all the time.
About that?
Anything. He gets mad about stuff. And
We just cussed each other out on the steps one day. I remember this like it was yesterday.
I don't remember that.
But it would always be like the girlfriend's making me act. Look how you acting about her towards me. Like yes. Like look how she making you act towards me. It was always that was the language.
Was that the common denominator in each situation?
No, it was my feelings aren't being heard about the situation. So how do you think?
It amazes me when he comes up with. It amazes me. You know what amazes me?
Oh my God!
Is that when y'all come up with these sides of the stories?
When I come up with them.
These sides of the stories that you make it.
Grab it out the hat.
Like what?
How do you think we recovered from it?
I don't know. How did we recover from that?
I don't know.
And y'all just like.
And I think, and honestly, I know we wanted to keep it light, but I think that's the problem.
What?
Not knowing
how
to recover from something. Like kind of just letting time go by and using that as a mechanism
of fixing something.
Of recovery.
And then it comes back around.
It comes back around.
Now, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Because you forget about it and then something pops up again and you like right back there at this because you really haven't dealt with the situation at hand.
Right.
Well, I am a recovery addict. No, not that doesn't sound
right.
I like to recover from things. Like I don't like if something bothers me.
That didn't sound right. You got arrested. You're not.
I'm not an addict of any drug or substance. I mean, I'm addicted to having some sort of solution. Like I don't like things to be unresolved. And I actually get like, backlash from that. It's kind of like I'm seeing like the person that don't let stuff go, but I'm like.
And sometimes you can be the wrong person. Like you want to have if you want to fix something.
Yeah, I'm wrong because it's like
because you want to make it work. You want it fixed, and you could become the bad person.
Right. I'm the person that's like kind of keep stirring the pot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, well, I don't feel like the pot has been boiling. It's still there. Like you just got a lid on it for right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The lid, and it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we take the lid off, everything spills over. Mm-hmm.
That's what Mikey do. He takes the lid off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a slow pressure cooker.
Oh. So you don't remember how it resolved?
It didn't resolve. That's what I'm saying.
So y'all never really, y'all never resolved whatever happened back then.
No, because that was the question for me.
Who
were you? You? You're not listening to my feelings.
And, all right, see, therein lies, that's the problem.
That ain't no problem.
That is the problem.
That's your problem.
That's the problem.
Well,
that's
I can't wait. I can't wait. What's the conversation we're going to have?
That is the problem, bro.
Jealousy between mother and son.
I can't wait.
That is the problem.
Jealous?
Because, no. Because what you're saying is true. Because I can't speak for you because you don't ever go through nothing and you would have.
I do go through things.
Well, I don't know.
I currently am in
I'm
things
talking about in the family dynamic.
Family.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think I do.
That has came to a head a multiplicity of times within our relationship. Even after the girl. So it just shows that there needed to be some recovery in our dynamic in totality.
Are we recovered yet?
Let's take it one conversation at a time. So that's what I'm saying. She was just a figurehead almost of whatever the issue was possibly between me and you.
Well, see, here's the deal.
What do you
so
say?
Let me reel you in for a moment because here's the deal.
Okay.
It's your issue.
This one.
Because it's not mine. It's whatever issue that you had. Because you're the one that have the problem.
With what?
I don't know. You have the issue. So whatever your issue is that you had with me as being your mom, you need to address it and get it fixed. Because, I can talk to you and say what I have to say, but I think sometimes with you is that if I don't see it your way, I see it this way. I see it's blue, you see it's green. If I don't see the green, then you don't understand. Well, maybe I don't understand or what you're talking about. I don't get it. I see it this way, not negating what you feel or whatever. But sometimes it appears that you want to keep harping on, beating it in and beating it in and beating it in and beating it in and beating it in until I get it. I don't get it.
And that's so funny because that's exactly how I had been addressed. Just exactly what you're saying. And yesterday, Michael, I had...
Michael.
Yesterday.
Oh, bro. All right. Okay.
Michael.
Like a light bulb came on. And I was like, dang, they did tell me where they stand. And I was like, well, why am I still dealing with, why am I still beating the issue?
Right.
And I said, I had to process it because I don't like where you stand because where you stand isn't true. Mm-hmm. It isn't true of me.
Right.
Right? So therefore, I'm constantly no, we have to address this. We got to address this because I am unresolved because you're wrong about your stance. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? You're wrong because you're seeing the whole thing wrong. You shouldn't feel this way about me, right? And so it's I've been told you, but now that I'm standing with you, you don't believe me. And I don't believe you. Why don't I believe you? Because I know that you're patronizing me at this point, right? And so I had to accept that, Dad, you do see me like this, and there is nothing I can do about it. And like what she said, I don't see it your way. I don't see it your way. Let it go.
Well, okay. All right.
Uh-oh. Here come the mask. Don't make sure you ain't covering your little mic.
This is a good tool of humility. You know what? I'll just be quiet. I want to ask you this. Don't answer it just to be answering it. Really think about what I'm about to ask you. Seriously. I don't know what you would do. I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Come on.
We have had a lot of conversations about what I feel like I went through as a child and my traumatic experiences. This is the question. And how I've needed to recover from it. But what I've learned in my own growth and development is that recovery is a two-way street. Meaning, we're taught that we have to learn how to recover from what someone else put us through. But someone else also has to recover from what we put them through. And that's also a part of my recovery. If I'm really convicted in myself, not in myself, but if I'm convicted in my faith, if you will, is that I have to recover also from what I did to you.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, and think about the question.
And it kind of helps you accept their perspective too.
Yeah, so think about the question. Do you think you've recovered, or even thought about, because you may not even be thinking about it in this way, from what I put you through growing up?
Have I recovered from what you put me through growing up? I don't think it was nothing for me to recover from. You know.
That's what I'm about to ask, like.
You know, you did something.
Okay, so let me break it down.
I understand your question.
I understand your question.
Yeah.
You did some things. Let me tell you, so you talking about the way you acted, or the things you did, or whatever?
See, when you say it like that, like.
Can I ask another question first? We are all whole adults, not 20-year-old adults. So are you talking about things from as your adulthood, or are you talking about in your teenagehood?
As a child.
Okay.
As a child.
Because that's a long time ago.
Right, and I can remember.
No, but it still has or had an effect on the dynamic of the relationship. So what I mean by, like, just for an example for the audience and the viewers that are watching and are listening.
Can I say?
Okay, sure.
I think that I can't see myself holding my teenage children to something they did when they were teenagers. Like, yeah, like I can't see me holding you responsible for like giving me migraines and having me call out from work and just crying because you're not acting right. I mean, you were a teenager, you were unruly, you had bad behavior, but you were a teenager. You're an adult now, so I'm not judging you by your childhood. You know what I mean? More so, why are you acting like this as an adult?
Right.
So that's why I was asking, at what stage in your life are you referencing? But I feel like I'm answering the question for you, Mother. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I want to say something to him. Go ahead.
Well, the reason why I'm asking, because if at a certain point, as an adult, I felt convicted about my behavior back then.
What, as a child?
Not as a.
I can see that.
Sure,
because he's doing it.
Sure, as a child, but when you
as a young teen.
When you really break it down to, and we can just say it so flippantly, I gotta keep calling out work and running to the school. But all of that has on top of what you're already dealing with as a single parent. I'm the only one that's kind of pushing that.
Okay, so let me answer the question.
Okay.
Here's
Maskoff.
So when you did things when you was a child, and you did this, and then I had to take off work at times to come and do it, or show up here, show up there. There was nothing, like Shannon said, to forgive you for. The prayers was answered that you turned out to be a better person. However, now let me address, once you became an adult and you went back and picked up what you went through as a child, as an adult now, and you didn't let it go as an adult, when you kept harboring on it and kept harboring on it and kept harboring on it, that's when I don't want to say I was traumatized, but that's when the part came for me when I'm trying to fix something for you now as an adult that you experienced when you was a child, that I don't even remember or even see it happening the way that you saw it, that you saw it. I'm not saying it didn't happen the way that you said it happened, but now as an adult, you are reliving something that happened in the past, and you are just like, just throwing stones and bricks and all this stuff at me, and I'm like, how do I fix this now for him in his adult stage, addressing what you went through? That's where the part came in for me. It wasn't even, yeah, oh, you cut up in school. I had to leave work. I had to beat you behind. I had to do this. I had to do that. None of that mattered.
I was running away.
Okay, but the fact that you changed and became a better person, you could have still been out there on the street. You could have still been doing drugs. You could have been dead. You could have been locked up. But none of that is a true statement today. You held on to stuff. And for the life of me, I couldn't see why you couldn't see, oh yeah, I ran away. I was doing this and I was doing that. If you can see it now, how did you judge so harshly about you being traumatized or you being abused or whatever you went through?
For you to ask her, well, did you recover from what I did? Then how do you feel traumatized while you know that you were doing things that were just
not right,
bad, like you were just misbehaving? Is that
first
clear?
of all, yes.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't running away. I was just going.
I was
going to Shannon's house.
You ran to my house.
But I was.
Okay, now we're gonna lighten the load.
But I was running away sounds so. But I was.
But you wasn't running away.
But I was running away. And you told Shannon to put me out.
That's okay. After you couldn't stay there for a few days. Put him out now.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why would you run away?
You needed to learn your lesson.
Right.
I didn't put you out though.
Of course you didn't.
Don't say of course.
Anyway. What's your question again?
Oh, it has something to do with your traumatization as a child. If you can ask now, right? Did she recover from you as a child?
Ever? Have you ever? Yes.
Yeah, but so you know that you had experience. You were
Unruly.
Disorderly, unruly.
Okay.
Right. So where's this trauma coming from?
For you.
For you. Yeah. Like where's the trauma? Like you know that you were actually the traumatizer. Like you were traumatizer. Like now.
What?
Or did you really think that you had trauma?
Master,
Or do you feel like
this is why I'm asking that question?
Okay.
Because even as an adult, this is why I asked her, has she ever recovered? Because I don't want to be off base here, but if there is some sort of recovery, then how we handle each other will be different. If we both have fully recovered from a negative or traumatic experience, we're not going to handle each other the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that.
So
possibly, because some people just don't.
Well,
adjust.
I tell you what I don't do.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
And the reason why I'm asking is because, and the same question could go for me, up until a certain point, is that even in my adulthood, I can see how we still handled each other
as if y'all were still
as if we're still
teenager
back then.
Right. But that's because you're still
a kid to me.
No.
You're still my child.
No.
Hey, no. Well, let me tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you how I think. This is my mindset, and I could be wrong. This is my mindset. You're still my child, whether you're a grown man or not. Like I can't fathom. I just can't fathom a child not calling you a child. But I just have a hard time for child disrespecting me.
Yeah, but
I don't care how old you are. Like if you gonna cuss at me, like nigga, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I just begin to lose it.
Right.
You're talking to me a certain way, like boy, who you think you're talking to, grown man or not? This is just I've always like I don't understand.
So what do you expect her to say after you say something disrespectful? Like Michael, we
because he starts it.
This.
You're the one that starts it. If you sit back and you think, you're the one to get low key petty when you feel like you want to. You're the one. If it's not good, if you just think.
Mask off. This is what it looks like for the audience watching.
What?
A lack of recovery.
Oh no.
This is what I'm saying because.
No, we having a conversation.
I agree.
We're having a conversation.
I'm engaging too.
But
this is why I'm saying it.
Here's the deal: if Shannon come to me and act like you would do, or Malik act like you would do, they're going to get what we.
No, I'm not.
She told me.
This is why
that she was going to beat me.
This is
and
why
I had 5 children. She said, "I will there and whip you. And I believe that.
This is
See,
why
I didn't laugh because it was funny, but I believe my sister said, I said, my mama said she was going to beat me. And she said, for real. It's not like I said, no, she would. I said she would come. I believed her. But it was still funny because I have 5 children at the time.
That's down. I'm not saying you haven't, I'm not judging that in this moment. I'm saying your language is that of someone who hasn't.
What's the language?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
What? Is that recovery looks like when we're taking accountability. Mm-hmm. Because recovery isn't just, oh, woe is me, what somebody did to me. Mm-hmm. Your language is one of pointing the finger. Oh, well, you're the one that did this. You're the one that did this. You starting it. You doing this. You doing that. Recovery starts by looking in the mirror and not looking out the window.
So I'll give you an example of my situation. And you might tell me if this is what you think. So even though I don't feel like I was wrong, I had to look at the person who was seeing me as the wrong person in a situation and say, why are they saying, what do they keep saying they didn't like about what I did, right? Because I don't see what I did wrong. I'm just sitting here minding my business, right? Somebody bring the smoke. We now both blowing smoke. That's it. So when I sat and thought about it, I said, okay, maybe I could have expressed myself more tactfully, right? And maybe it would have made things be handled a bit differently because by me just being like, my words were offensive. You know what I mean? To somebody who they care about. So I offended them, and now it's like nothing that I say really can sway them, even though I'm still not wrong. I didn't do anything. You understand what I'm saying? So is that like something you're saying, like even though you may feel like I started, you still have a part to play? Yeah. Is that what you mean?
We all have I learned this many years ago, is that, and we try to measure it, which I think is unhealthy, but we all contribute to conflict in some way. Mm-hmm. Whether I contribute to 90 and you contribute to 10, you still contributed something to it. Mm-hmm. So, and I think that's the part that gets lost in the recovery phase is, well, you judging my reaction, but your action is the one that made me react this way in the first place.
Right.
When that really...
your action don't make you act that way.
In the grand scheme of things, I don't think that should be the focal point. So you're saying, well, I started it.
I'm not. Well, okay, let's just take the word you started away from. Let's just take.
Don't take it away. That's how you really feel.
No. That's not how I feel that you started it.
I feel like they started it.
No, I'm gonna take the word started away. You started away. I'm just taking the fact that you don't talk to me like that. Period. That's just the way I'm at. Period. Point blank. Period.
I can go with that.
Yeah. That's
and in family dynamics, I just really wish that, which is like just too good to be true. It's like, why do we lose respect for the family? You know what I'm saying?
And why do you keep saying that?
Why?
Do what?
I'm not gonna talk to you like that.
Because you're her child. You can't disrespect her. That's what you're saying.
But is that what you feel like the dynamic was? Mm-hmm. Just verbal warfare up in here? Is that what you feel?
I don't know.
You keep saying it for a reason.
There must have been a level of disrespect in some way from you. It's like as you can bring your grievance to your parent as an adult, but still bring it respectfully. I'm
not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
But this goes back to the original question and the point with the girlfriend example, is that she was just because even if we remove her and go back before her. That's why I said the dynamic of the household. And
I think.
And not just this household, but the entire family dynamic.
I think that you had some personal issues that you had not dealt with. I really do. I hope you got some. I think maybe if.
Hold on. How can you? Okay.
Well, I don't know. Here's the deal.
No, listen. You're what you're doing unintentionally. I don't know if it's intentional or not. You're absolving yourself.
No, I'm not absolving
myself. You are, because you keep putting it back. Well, you was dealing with something, and cool. But that ain't what I'm saying is, even if I remove the example of the girlfriend and how that caused friction, the dynamic of the King tribe, not just 54-2, but just this whole family, from us to y'all and moving them on down, it was a unhealthy kind of environment. So it's not foreign that, and although I can assume that, y'all didn't have the same dynamic,
Who?
you and mother,
What?
but it's not
No.
foreign that you and I had shared a similar experience than what you were used to when growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how do we recover?
Yes.
Recover if you want to recover.
Yeah,
Mikey.
you recover if you don't like it. I think once you realize.
I think we harp on this stuff too much. Like how many times have we went over this? Like
I was trying to call out today and let y'all talk. Y'all told me to sit down.
Yeah, but sit down, but you bring up this stuff again. So
I'm not bringing up nothing.
No.
Well, I think the reality is that a lot of people don't recover, but I think a lot of families don't care to recover. They care to be vindicated, right? The person.
How?
To prove they're right.
Yeah, like they just want to be right. They want to be like like I think we look at the person's personality, right? And like this is just them, and they're always doing something to me, and right? Whatever the case is, right? I think that's what happens. I can see that, like, so if I'll use mine, I can see that that's my mindset of a person is that this is who you are. I'm not really bothered by people who they are. I see who you are. I don't expect you to be anything different. That's it. So I get a little perturbed because I just be chilling, as you say, right? I see who you are. I don't need to ruffle feathers. This is who you are. I know how to deal with you accordingly. Because this is who you just are. You are problematic. I'm sure I'm problematic, right? But in this dynamic, you are somebody has to be the initiator of the problem, right? And if they are bold enough to let their behavior shine, you know what I'm saying, because their behavior has always been approved, then that's what happens. And then somebody enters into the dynamic and it becomes a problem. So like what you're saying, if there was always a problem when your ex-girlfriend came into the picture, that's when the dynamic was able to be like the problematic behavior shined because somebody came in and rocked the boat, right? Yeah, it showed. So I mean, how do families recover? I said be honest.
But how do you be honest if you be honest and if you still ain't agreeing with what they saying,
mm-hmm.
they don't accept your honesty.
Right.
They don't accept. No, because you got to be saying if it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, and honestly, that's why I tend to kind of let stuff go because depending on who you're dealing with,
it ain't gonna never be good enough.
It's not gonna be good enough. It's not gonna be good enough. Yeah, it's not gonna ever work. So it's like whatever. This is what you are.
Right. Just get tired of it.
I ain't coming around. I ain't doing this. Like, and it's no hard feelings. I just don't want the smoke. I don't want I don't want no problems. So I'd rather just not come around.
Just like,
what do you mean? Be honest.
Be honest about
how you feel.
How I feel.
The person can accept how you feel. This how you feel. Okay, I accept how you feel. And if I don't see it that way, accept how that person feels.
And I was saying, when I say be honest, also mean be honest. I needed to be honest about what I saw, and I just never did. So now the issue is this person needs to be accountable for who they are and what they do. More than 9 times out of 10, they're probably not going to do that. They're not going to do it. So if I am not going to do the part that I need to do, right, I should have did it from the beginning. I didn't do it. I kind of have to accept, like, this is just what it is. It's all this time has built up. I'm not about to break down the family cookout over something like this. It's not that deep. I can eliminate these opportunities for friction because I know who you are, I know how you are. So I just eliminate those closeness, those intimate moments that we might would have had to give you the opportunity to display that behavior. Does that make sense? I just remove it. And there's no love lost.
What it sounds like to me is that y'all put y'all recovery in the hands of somebody else.
I'm not.
What?
Like,
I don't feel like I needed recovery.
Well, I'm talking from any kind of family dynamic situation because the reason why I say that is because you said tell the truth about how you feel whatever the case is.
Me, I need to tell the truth.
Right.
Okay.
About how you feel about what?
About whatever the issue is.
And this is my perspective.
Okay.
I don't need y'all to see it my way. That's what recovery looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with my way.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of telling the truth is telling the truth about you and only you, about the role you played.
But okay, but
That's not always the case. I think that's what we're saying. Like,
but it's not always the case for the other.
When she's saying, like, when she said when you started it, right? Let's say you really are. There is no role she's playing. I'm just getting off from work. What role did you? You see what I'm saying? Like in my situation, I didn't play any role.
What I'm saying,
my role is my presence. I just showed up.
That's the exception, not the rule.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, 9 times out of 10, we all contribute to some sort of conflict in our relationship.
And what I'm saying, my contribution to the conflict is that I didn't be honest from the beginning. I just allowed it to just coast.
Right.
I just allowed it to. I wouldn't even say anything to the middleman. I just would ignore it because it really didn't bother me. You understand what I'm saying? I would just ignore it. So then all these years pass and the problematic person is using that behavior kind of against me. And I was like, Dag, I should have been brought this up, and I never did.
Right.
And now
it's too late.
Now it's too late.
Now it's too late.
Because they didn't won. They won the war. There's nothing I can do about it. It's too late. So that's what I'm saying. It was nothing I could do. This is just who you are. This is the person. So if you're just a rebel, what's she going to do? You're a rebel. You running away to tomorrow. What part did she play? She didn't get you no tricks. Like what?
So to that point, that's why I'm asking, and that's why I think the question is a fair question. If I submit to what you're saying right now, and you use her and I as the example, that's why I think my question is relevant about, well, have you recovered from that?
Recover from what?
From the experience of my rebellish behavior.
When you was a child, I say it again. When you was a child, Mikey, when you was a child, you act like a child. You did childish things. You know, most parents, and I ain't gonna say all, but most parents, when your children, you know, you can see a little Johnny acting up and all the kind of stuff, whatever, they acting stupid, whatever, you know, you hope that they become better and they can become better, and you're just like relieved that their life has changed. It's not a problem, you know, going back there and saying, you know, I remember when he was bad and he was doing all this kind of stuff. I remember all this stuff, and it just one day it just changed. But when you became an adult, and you started bringing up stuff and holding on to stuff and started acting certain ways, it's a lot of stuff that you brought into the fold. That's the part that they got with me, was like, okay, all right, you're grown now. When are you going to own some responsibility? When are you going to say, okay, this is how life was for me at this time?
And you're grown. That's the bottom line. Like you're grown. It's like even like with my son, your nephew, your grandson. Like even with all his little antics that we all experienced recently, I honestly don't hold nothing against him. Like I don't know. Maybe because that you all are our children. It's like I don't like what you did, but I'm not sitting here like I'm tormented by your ways. I'm not. You're grown. This is the way you're choosing.
Right.
You choose to be up in my space, and you want to choose to be respectful. If you're not, I see you when I see you. Call and check on you and love you the same. My love isn't lost for my son, but you are grown. You can't keep talking about stuff that, to me, that what happened when you were 14. Like, let that go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's like let it go. Let it go. You ain't gonna. You ain't not. You got to get out of the thick of your skull the idea that you were going to traumatize me about something that I had already dealt with.
That's what, and see, that's the part I'm saying. Yeah, just dealing with this stuff, that's the part for me that I dealt with.
And this is the thing I don't understand with this traumatization. And it's not to water down people's trauma. I'm not doing that, right? What I don't understand is that if you can recognize that you were traumatized, do you not recognize that you are now perpetuating trauma by keeping it going? You understand what I'm saying? It's like you're keeping it going. It's like,
so you're making yourself stay traumatized.
Yeah, and you're bringing about trauma into the now instead of trying to do your best to resolve it within yourself and create a healthier dynamic.
No, they so busy trying to get. To me, it seems like you're busy trying to get the person to see or to dress or to agree with you in some kind of way. You're just trying to keep pounding it down, pounding it down, pounding it down, pounding it down. Into what? Until they dead and gone? To what? When is enough enough? Like, when is enough enough? Okay, I've had enough of this. I'm tired of reliving it. I'm tired of trying to make it right. If I want the dynamics of the family to be better, when is enough enough? Like, let this go and move on. Like, when is enough enough? It's just,
and that's what I was telling y'all earlier. It was like that. I was saying, like, that's when it clicked. I was like, dang, I think he's right. I am constantly beating this horse.
Yeah,
like, it's driving him. Even though I feel valid in me feeling this way, I am beating a dead horse. And now I can see how this is probably getting on his nerves because he don't see it this way.
Right.
The person don't see it this way. She don't see it. There's no agreement. So I get it. Okay. So it's like with a child talking about their trauma 20 years later. It's like I don't even remember it to see it. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's not.
I wish when you was 2, you'd have told me, Mommy.
So how to recover?
Y'all don't know.
My thing is,
how do you know?
Yeah.
You don't know. You let it go.
To be honest, and immediately, like to confront things quickly.
Recovery takes patience. I'm sorry.
Well, I should say not recover. Then I'm so sorry. I think to avoid possibly conflicts.
But when do you? First of all, you gotta want to recover. How about that?
Okay.
No, you do.
I'm agreeing with you. Yes, that's the easy answer.
Why is it an easy answer?
Well, it starts with that. I'm not saying, but recovery takes patience, and sometimes.
Okay, bye. I'm at Mikey's house. I have to go. Bye. I don't want my child traumatized.
And sometimes.
For me leaving her.
Sometimes, and I don't have much left to say because I'm fatigued.
Oh my God!
He's going down.
Sometimes recovery takes patience, and sometimes recovery is going to cause some sort of healthy conflict.
How is conflict healthy? That's what she was like. I know.
How is conflict healthy?
Mm-hmm. I'm not being like sarcastic.
So, I don't have the energy to answer low key.
Okay.
But
we need this
there is a such thing as healthy conflict.
Okay.
When we're being more agreeable, not when we can agree to disagree, but we're not being disagreeable. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. That's healthy conflict. Mm-hmm. So we can have a conversation about whatever the issue is, dialogue about it. Because part of the recovery process is being confrontational, confronting something. So that's what I mean by that, healthy conflict, and trying to get to whatever the root of the issue is.
So a healthy conflict is confrontation.
But so let me ask you a question.
Just do that.
How long do you keep? I don't want to say rehearsing, but how long?
Sometimes you got to rehearse to recover.
Well, okay, but how long does it take to recover? When one person is just done and you're over it.
I don't see.
You know what? I'm gonna answer that.
I don't believe that.
I'm asking a question.
I don't. You don't believe what?
That attitude, like when you just
no, because
over it. I don't believe that. I believe that's more of a lack of patience than anything.
Okay,
like,
so how often do you have to keep going through this stuff with a person? How until they get better? I mean, what does that look like? What does it look like? Is it years of going down the same road again?
I personally don't think it has to be that, but both people have to come to the table wanting to resolve, right? So, I'll speak to mine again. Both of us did not come to the table looking for a resolution. One comes to the table to listen. I heard it. I don't agree with you. And I'm like, I have receipts. I got receipts, right? That's the point. And so I am now Michael, traumatized because I am not believed, right? So I'm dealing with my own adult trauma. And I'm dealing with the fact that I'm being like dejected. Like, no, I don't believe you. I don't believe that. And I'm like, how don't you believe it? So I'm continuously beating this horse because how don't you believe what I'm saying? What do you mean you don't believe me, right? It does have to come to the point where you realize that they're not trying to resolve it. You have to figure out how to get through this.
But how are they not trying to resolve it?
Because this is how I feel. If I am telling you that's not true. That didn't happen like that. Mikey did not do that. No, Mikey wouldn't tell me that if he didn't do it. And I'm like, I have proof that he didn't do that or whatever I'm saying. I have proof of it, and you're still believing Mikey. I don't feel like we resolved anything because this is like. I'm proving you.
But that's a whole different story. They're traumatized, unless they got records or unless they got videos or unless this is their memory of how this happened. This is this person's memory of how this happened. It's your side, it's their side, and then there's the truth. Because nobody's going to remember exactly everything anyway, period. So when does a part come in life that if there is an issue with two people or in a family dynamics or in a relationship, when does a part come where you talk and we come to a pact, okay, I apologize, this is what you said happened, I accept what you said happened, I got to be honest and say I don't remember seeing it like that. I don't. I believe what you say, this is your truth, I'm not knocking your truth. I just don't recall that happening like that. And I got to accept your truth. Now, where do we say, okay, let's just let this go right here and continue to live? Because the more we keep revisiting it, we'll talk about it again next month. And then the following month. Or something to spark up. And give me I have a setback, a memory. Oh, this happened. Sometimes we can remember stuff like I don't remember everything that happened in my childhood. I do know there was some dramas, there was some things that happened. I do know that. But I know that I wish for me and before my mother died, I do wish that a lot of that stuff would have been resolved on my end. Instead of carrying a lot of stuff, instead of just like remembering what she did and remembering how she treated me. Instead of remembering how she loved me, remembering how she took off and stayed home to raise us as kids. But I remember a lot of the pain because I wouldn't let go of the pain. I held on to the pain because the mother that I wanted wasn't there at that time. And so that the mother that I needed, because I didn't let go of the pain, I didn't get what I needed into. So it's up to us, I think, to say, okay, if this is what happened to me, do I want to keep rehearsing it in my mind, in my heart? Even the person could be dead and gone. When do I say I want to live? Yeah. And that's just where I'm at in life now. I just like I have been hurt. I'm quite sure I have hurt people. I have been hurt by people. I have been hurt by loved ones. I'm quite sure I have hurt loved ones. I ask for forgiveness and all that kind of stuff. And if they don't forgive, I promise you where I'm at in life now, I am not going to carry it any. I just can't. I'm tired. You get tired after a while. You get tired. You live long enough, you're going to say, you know what? I wish I wouldn't have carried all that stuff all them years. I wish I wouldn't. I remember standing by my mother's grave a few years ago, forgiving her, talking to my father, forgiving him, all this stuff like done it, then gone now. But still holding on to stuff. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. And I for anybody who's been traumatized, for anybody that's going in there, for any dynamic relationship, or how do you recover? You recover if you choose to recover. Suppose that person never believed you. Suppose that person never said, you know what? I don't give a damn. No, seriously. This, you say you felt that way, okay, you really felt that way, and that, you deserve to get your behind me. You deserve to. You need to live. Like, we just need to live. So it comes to a point sometimes, in your own life, you got to take ownership of your life. Not ownership, don't own what a person did to you.
And don't own what they need to do.
Right, yeah, don't
you. And that's what I think, like I said.
For you.
Yeah,
but why do they need to do it for you?
Because I don't know why we feel like that in the moment.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I felt. That's why when me and Mikey was going through, I felt like I had to make this right. I had to make this right. And then here come another argument down the road. Hey, I ain't make it right yet. I had to do this. I had to do that. Buying them suits and all this kind of stuff. A lot of stuff that I was doing. I had to make it right. Trying to make it right on all the wrong ways. Where sometimes you really can't make it right.
You can't make it right.
It's an inside job.
Yeah.
If you get right with your own self,
and I was about to say that, like, even when you feel like you are, I hate to use this word because I don't think we feel I don't feel victimized in our situation, but like, let's say you are the victim in the situation. I think once you just let it go, you kind of start, if you let it go and just look within, you can start to see things about yourself that just may not really be that favorable. Like, you know, if I say, yeah, I could have said that a little tactfully. Whether I'm right or wrong, I can change up the way that I speak about certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I did learn a lot about myself. Resolving conflict might be resolving conflict within versus trying to go outside and resolve conflict between two people.
Right, because you learn how, and that's so true, because then you learn how to speak better. You're more aware.
Right. And when we speak better, we are more comfortable with confronting things. Because a lot of times I don't want to confront because I want to be, you know, you feel that nastiness, right? So I know I can't. I know not to do it, but I don't know how to do it another way because you made me so mad.
Right.
But if I learn, like,
but then you let somebody control you.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. I'm letting them control how I responded. I can't even be honest. And I just said be honest. Look at hypocrite. Shame.
Well.
But anyway. So I'm resolved. Are you?
I'm recovered.
Are you free?
I'm free.
He's sicky.
Anything else y'all want to add?
I don't. I think this is a beautiful conversation.
Do you like to add anything?
Nope.
Is it nope because you nope?
No, I've said everything I had to say about it.
I think you made a powerful statement at the end, so I think that was good. A good way to close out. What do?
You had to add on.
Well, my bad.
Yellow rant. What is wrong?
I had a rant. Hers is better.
It was a rant?
It wasn't a rant. It was just like, at the end of the day, so what? Like,
and then I think, and you're not taking on a negative so what.
Yeah, not so
it's
what.
It's not a negative so what.
Listen, learn when to let it go, right?
No, we talking.
Y'all said enough. You closed it out perfectly. You said what you had to say. Learn when to just let it go.
Okay.
Learn when to just let it go.
Hashtag let it go.
Hashtag let it go.
Love and let go.
Oh.
Live and let go.
Love, let go. Put the mask on.
Oh, I have another idea for a shirt.
Oh, what?
I can't say it.
Okay, let's put the mask on. Let's go.
I hope you guys gained something from this conversation about recovery. Get some healing out there. And
can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I gotta go. But recovery, healing relationships sometimes is kissing people's butt. Yeah. Being the bigger person. Just giving in to, you know what I'm saying? Like just do something to make the person happy. A lot of times we can smooth things over just by.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
And sometimes that's dangerous too, though. If you do something to make them happy, then you gotta watch how much you do to make them happy.
No. I'm not saying it's like, you know what? We don't see eye to eye on this, but I still got love. I still love you. Okay. We don't gotta see eye to eye. Let's go out to get something to eat. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If it's family, you know what I mean? Let's go do whatever.
Okay.
That's it. All right. I guess I ain't had to say that because she.
Well, on that note, living life is the longest thing you ever do. In the shortest amount of time, you only get one. So whatever your goals, dreams, and desires are, make sure you go out there and get the job done. And while you're doing that, remember his name is Jesus Christ and not Tom Cruise. There's no such thing as Mission Impossible. We can do all things through Christ that strengthen us. Until next time, I am Mike. It's my mom. That's Shannon. And we'll see you next time on the Mike and his Mom Show.
Feel better.
Same time, trouble for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day.